Hey, Life Groups, glad you got together today. We're looking at Joshua chapter 8 for our discussion this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're getting together. But we shared from Joshua chapter 8 and opened up last Sunday with the story of a Tanzanian Olympic runner competing in the 1968 Mexico Olympics. And as he finished the race, he finished injured and bloodied, and a reporter had come up to him and asked him the question of why did you finish the race? How come you completed it in the condition that you were in? And his response to that reporter was, my country didn't send me here or my country didn't send me 7,000 miles to start a race. They sent me 7,000 miles to finish a race. It's a classic tortoise and the hare example of being a finisher. And as you come to chapter 8 in Joshua, it's a round 2 with Ai in the battle of Ai. Chapter 7, they were defeated. Chapter 8 is round 2. It's kind of a shock and awe experience, if you will. But in Psalms chapter 37, verse 23, we read this: "The steps of the good man are ordered of the Lord, and he delights in his ways. Though he may fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." God's the God of the rebound. God's the God of a second chance. And so that's what we talked a little bit about this past week. And God gives us 3 handles in Joshua chapter 8 that will help pull us back up. And it's to remember, it's to return, and it's to renew. In Joshua chapter 1, verse 7, the Lord tells us, or he tells Joshua, "Be careful to obey all my commands." And so as we remember, the point of remembering is to think back of, okay, it's all the commands of the Lord that he asks us to obey. And the question then becomes this: how obedient am I being? How dependent upon the Lord am I being? And to remember, doing the word of the Lord is preparation for the favor of the Lord. And it's not how close to the edge that we can get, or how far can I push the envelope in something being wrong. The appropriate question is Lord, I want your favor, and so I want to walk in obedience to you and in response to your word. And so Joshua remembered, but then the second handle we talked about Sunday was that of returning. In Joshua chapter 8, verse 1, it says this: "Don't be afraid, do not be discouraged." In other words, it's Joshua, let's go forward. It's as if the Lord was saying, after this massive defeat in chapter 7, it's as if the Lord was saying, hey, Joshua, armies of Israel, people of Israel, let's go forward now. Let's move together and take hold of that which I've promised. So it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It doesn't matter the failures that you and I may have had in the past. The word of the Lord to us would be, let's go forward. And then we simply talked about renewing. Again, it's not how close we can get to that which is wrong. It's more of a question of what gives us joy and what pleases the Lord. That is what we should be doing. And so in the idea of renewing, the Israelites built 4 stone altars, if you will, that you see in the first 8 chapters of the book of Joshua. And it's all a call to commitment. It's a call to remembrance. And specifically in chapter 8, it's a call to renew a commitment to the word of the Lord. And renewing allows us to see far enough for the next step. As we walk in obedience to the Lord, it's not about, Lord, what's down the road 10 years from now in my future. It's not, Lord, what is going to happen 20 years from now. It's, Lord, give me enough light to take the next step. And the Lord's very good at that. The psalmist said this: "Your word is a lamp unto my feet, and it's a light unto my path." It's not a light that's going to shine clear out there. It's a light for my next step. And so I just want to encourage you as we wrap this up this week to make sure that you're taking time in the Word. That your time in the Word isn't just Sunday mornings at church. It's not just time at life groups, though those 2 things are great, and I'm glad you're participating in them. But it's daily time in the Word and applying it and absorbing it into our life so that it can light our next step that we have to take. God bless you. Have a great discussion, and we'll see you next.